My name's Yasmin, I'm 28 years old and I'm from Grimsby. For the last decade I've lived with eating disorders and to be honest I am lucky to be alive. This is my story. I'm still very much in recovery. It's been a long, difficult journey and it's not over yet. You see, I've had both anorexia and bulimia, yo-yo in between the two. I've been sectioned several times, had feeding tubes down my throat, taken multiple overdoses, spent thousands of pounds on binge food, then been sick into bin bags to get rid of it all. What's it been like being my mum these past few years?
It feels a bit like a demon's living in the house, almost. You know, sometimes it's quieter, but it's always there. It feels like it's perhaps stolen part of your life. Part of your identity has been robbed by the eating disorder.
I think it all started at school. I felt shy, inferior, slightly separate, and food intake was one thing I could control. I remember sitting in my school psychology lesson and the teacher announced that we were going to learn about anorexia. I remember turning to my best friend and joking, I could never have that, I love food too much. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. Just 7 years later, I was in an eating disorder unit close to death. My weight was the lowest it had ever been, but something in me still said it wasn't enough.
Because he ain't Scottish in line of duty, is he?
But good can come out of the worst situations. This is my best friend Jem. We met 6 years ago at Rearing Fields, the specialist eating disorder unit in Grimsby, run by NAViGO. She was the first inpatient and I was the first day patient. Now she's my soul buddy.
I know she's got ginger hair, that's all I know.
Anorexia has actually given me one of the best things in my life.
We've always felt as though we can open up to each other about any problems that we're experiencing or any worries we've got around food or anything, really. Yeah, I'm just really happy to have had you in my life.
But there's always the chance of a setback. In 2018, I was again in a hospital bed after taking an overdose of paracetamol. I was so tired of binging and purging, of feeling like I had no control of my life. I'd made a pact with myself never to turn to anorexia again, but I struggled to know how to live any other way. Overdosing became a habit. It was like pressing restart in my head. I'd hoped that reaching rock bottom, dancing close to death would be enough to scare and motivate me to want to survive.
Hiya.
Over the years, the support I've had from NAViGO has been amazing. Without it, I'm very clear that I wouldn't be here now.
So how have things been in the last week, Yasmin?
Yeah, it's not been too bad. I'm on day 36, no binging and purging.
That's fantastic. At first you didn't want to recognise any feelings, did you? You just numbed all your emotions. But now you can name emotions, recognise emotions, and know that you can tolerate them. To see you go through that, that's why I do this job.
Thank you. I'm not the only one though, am I? There's lots of other people out there in the same boat.
I do know that there are lots of people out there suffering. One of my wishes as a therapist and as an eating disorder practitioner is that I am able to get the message out about eating disorders and that we are here to help. And I know that's something you're really passionate about as well.
As I continue to recover, I can reflect on what my experiences have taught me. You don't have to count calories to be healthy. You have to take the rough with the smooth. No matter how often you fall down, keep getting up. Let others help you. Find out what you love to do and do it with all your heart. I'm putting those lessons to good use, harnessing my passion for writing and drawing. I'm working on a book which draws on my experiences with my own illustrations. Long term, I'd love to be a professional portrait artist. Eating disorders are complicated. You don't have to be thin to have one, and no one should feel like they have to lose more weight for their illness to be valid. It's what's going on inside that counts, the things you can't see that I'm struggling with. My story has only just started. I'm only a few chapters in. I am recovery in progress, but the suffering of mental illness has given me a lot of learning to carry forward into the rest of my life. We all have sensitivities, flaws and insecurities. That's what makes us human. If you think you or a loved one has an eating disorder, please seek help. You can contact Rearing Fields NAViGO Specialised Eating Disorder Service by emailing nav.rearingfieldsadmin@nhs.net or calling 01472 808 450. BEAT is the UK's national charity for eating disorders. You'll find lots of useful information on their website www.beateatingdisorders.org.uk. They also have a helpline 0808 801 0677 and a separate line for students on 0808 801 0811.